Well, good the fuck morning to you. I'm back. Yes, it's been a while. Oh shit, his ugly face is back. That means he's gonna yell and scream some more. You goddamn right I am. It's been a long couple of weeks. Say a couple of weeks. It's been about 5 of them. It's good to be back. There's Lurch. It just needs to be dark. Yes, I know I said good morning. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's 107 degrees out here. Fucking melting. So, let's make this one a little bit short. Unless I'll just be a giant puddle of cholesterol and grease. I have a review today. What? Yeah, it's been a while. I have a review today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2015 Chevrolet Cruze. Oh, this one's special though. This one is a manual. Something that, modern times seems to have given up on. Now, let's get one thing straight. The Chevrolet Cruze is nothing more than a Chevrolet Sonic in a fat suit. I like the Sonic. I really do. It's a spunky little car. It doesn't hold its value worth a fuck, but it's a spunky little car. Yes, Lurch, mine was a piece of shit, but, that was another video ago. I do like the Chevy Sonic, because it has something that's lacking a lot in the automotive market today. And yes, I know Mr. Mopar just said he likes a Chevrolet, but it has character. That's something seriously lacking. The Cruze loses a little bit of that character because it's the step in between the Sonic and the Malibu. It's those teenage adolescent years. Now, the model I drove put about 1,000 miles on it. Is the LS. Power steering, power windows, power brakes, power locks, AC, satellite radio, with a 6-speed manual gearbox. They advertise it as a 6-speed with overdrive, but really your 6-speed is your overdrive. It is a 1-to-1 gear ratio. It's your highway gear. You can go from 5th to 6th and you'll drop 500 revs at about 700 miles an hour. That's it. 70 miles an hour, not 700. Jesus Christ. See, this is why I don't do this shit during the day. Anyway, the Cruze is actually very well planted for being a front-wheel drive car. I've thrown it through a couple of turns. I've slung it around. It's not that bad. It's not sports car worthy. But when people think of Chevrolet Cruze, they think of an A to B people mover. That's all it is. Well, it's got a little bit more to it. Now, it does have the same 1.8-liter Ecotec engine that my Sonic had. And my biggest bitch about that engine with an automatic transmission is there is no power in the low band rev range. None. All your power's up high. Well, guess what you can do in a manual? You can keep that power where it needs to be. And it gets a little fun. It does have some curious design cues. One of my biggest pet peeves. Design cues. The lock-unlock button for the doors isn't on the door. Where is it, you might ask? The center console. In between the radio and the AC. Again, that's more of a European market thing because, like the Sonic, the Chevrolet Cruze is what's called a world car. It was designed for all markets and just adapted for the American market. That's why the fuel door is on the passenger side and not the driver's side, because the rest of the world drives on the right side of the car. Us crazy motherfuckers drive on the left side of the car. For a base model, and that's what it is a base model, the ride is actually quite comfortable. It's a little low slung, but the ride is quite comfortable. One of the bigger complaints that I have, even in the manual, is it still torque steers like an absolute pig. And yes, I know, front-wheel drive car, they're all going to torque steer. But you could have worked on the balancing just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Because if you pop the clutch and bury the throttle, alignment straight and true, you're going right all day long. That tells me all the power's going to one side instead of two. Yes, I know the days of, live rear axles and both tires turning is the thing of the past. Everything is going to be what Chevrolet has coined the term as posi-traction. It's always going to be one wheel or the other instead of both. Unless you get an all-wheel drive car. But all-wheel drive cars still favor one side or the other. It's never a 50-50 split. Another pet peeve design cue that this car has is there's a button on the steering wheel. I'll call you right back. There's a little button on the steering wheel to let you select radio stations. It only lets you scan through your presets. There's no mode where you can actually manually change it. You have to reach over. And it does not work with the XM settings. If you put on the XM station and you want to click over to the next XM station, if you hit that button, it does not go to the next XM station. Again, it seems like I'm grasping at straws, but it's another poor design choice. It would have taken them an extra 20 minutes to write the code for that switch to do what it needs to do. It's well priced. It is well priced. $14,000. $14,000 to get you a fully loaded one. It's a well-priced little car. But overall, I give it about a 7 to 8 out of 10. Just because the manual is a lot more fun than an automatic. You can keep the power where you need to keep the power. You can play around with it a little bit more. It's more fun to drive. And yes, that might be a personal bias on my part, but the fact that no power in the lower bands. One last thing. All modern manuals have an idiot light to tell you when to upshift. You even get close to 2,000 revs, it tells you to upshift. Your power band doesn't start until 3,500. Little annoying. Gets you about 40 miles to the gallon. If you drive it like your hair is not on fire. If you drive it like I do, 25 to 30 miles to the gallon. Like I said, overall about 7.5. Split the difference between a 7 and 8, 7.5 out of 10. Anyway, it's 110 degrees outside, and my dumbass is wearing all black. So I'm going to go inside. I'm going to enjoy some air conditioning, and you fuckers, stay cool, because I'll catch y'all on the flip side.